everyone, it's Chris Gill here, aka Mr. Theory. As you can see by the picture that I have right in front of me, I'll be doing a theory on the movie called Coraline. And shout out goes to Jessie, one of my little sisters. She made this she made this picture for me for my birthday. So thank you, Jessie. I appreciate this. But let's get into the theory. If you don't know, well, Coraline started out as a book, and then it became an animated movie, and I really enjoyed that. And then, then the Coraline theories, the other Coraline theories started with the Theorizer. So shout out to the Theorizer. Full credit goes to him for inspiring me to make my own theory about this. So what if Coraline became the next Beldam? If you don't know who the Beldam is, she also goes by the title The Other Mother. In order for the Other Mother to survive for the 150 years that she has, she needs to steal the souls of children. But in order to do that, she needs to lure them into the other world. First, by changing her true appearance, which is a spider-like figure, into a pretty version of the child's actual mother, and calls herself the Other Mother. Anyway, what if Coraline became that same thing? I think that would change the whole Coraline universe, because then Coraline would, in order for Coraline to stay alive, she would then also have to steal the souls of children in order to live for the 150 years that she has. That would be a horrible fate for Coraline, and she doesn't want to do that. But what if she had no choice? Because the other world seems to also need to exist by stealing the souls of children. Like I said, and if Coraline was forced into that position by the other world itself, then Coraline, in order for her to sustain herself as well as the other world, she would be forced to become the Beldam, aka the Other Mother, in order to survive and not just her, but keep the other world sustained for 150 years. And I think that would be really horrible, and not only that, it would change, like I said, change the whole Coraline universe. Because then Coraline would have to figure out a plan to lure children into the other world herself. And the only way this would happen is if the cat and the Beldam, or the Beldam, the current Beldam before she died, would succeed in taking Coraline's soul, or at least breaking her spirit to the point where Coraline would willingly go back to the other world. So either the current Beldam, aka the Other Mother, would take Coraline's soul, or the other world herself would kill the Beldam and turn Coraline into the next Beldam, in which Coraline would be forced to do all sorts of evil things against her own wishes in order to survive and sustain the other world. And if Coraline were to become the next Beldam, she would have to be just as crafty and devious as the original Beldam, the Beldam before her, the Other Mother before her. And again, she would be doing this against her own will, because once the previous Beldam dies, the other world will turn Coraline into the next Beldam. Like I said, she would be forced to do everything the Beldam before her did, only probably 10 times worse. And the other world needs to sustain itself as well. Again, this whole thing would only happen if the other mother succeeded in trapping Coraline, and then the other world self, what some people believe is the cat, to be the spirit of the other world itself. And the cat would just kill the Beldam, the current one, and then turn Coraline into the new Beldam. And again, Coraline would be doing all this against her will once all that stuff has happened. And then the cycle would repeat itself. The new Beldam, Coraline, the new Beldam, would be forced to lure children into the other world herself by coming up with all sorts of plans. And for the 150 years Coraline would have to live, she would need to steal the souls of children and eat them in order to make herself stay alive if she were to become the next Beldam. And I'm sorry for repeating myself, but I'm trying to think of other ways this could happen, but this is really the only scenario in which I could see happening. And that is what I think would happen if Coraline were to become the next Beldam. The other mother would be dead. The previous Beldam, aka the other mother before Coraline, would be dead. And then if the cat succeeded in trapping Coraline in there, then the cat would turn Coraline into the next Beldam, and like I said, the cycle would repeat itself until another person came along, in which that person would become the next Beldam after the cat or the other world kills Coraline, who is the Beldam after the Beldam before her. Like I said, this is just a theory, and credit goes to the theorizer, because he's the one. I give full credit to the theorizer. He's the one who inspired not just me but other people before me to make a Coraline theory. So yeah, shout out and full credit goes to the theorizer. I encourage you to check him out if you haven't done so already, and subscribe because he's amazing. Alright, and like I said, this is just my theory, and I was also inspired by the theorizer as well as the fangirl and others. Alright, until my next video, and I hope you enjoyed this one, I am Mr. Theory. Peace.